All right, guys, welcome back. This is session 3, 6-part segment of how to be the best seller out there, how to have the competition. Is my listing the competition and I'm not trying to beat the competition. So again, this is a 30-day challenge, a task for every single day, very, very minor. But after that 30 days, you're going to be the top listing out there, and your property is going to sell fast for the most money, and it's going to be the stress-free process. Okay. So again, we're on segment 3. So we're going to be covering days, day 13 to day 18. Okay, so day 13 is going to be scheduling the landscaper to look at the curb appeal and give us any recommendations. So we just don't want that guy who cuts our lawn out there. We want to actually hire a landscaper. Okay, these guys are going to know the ins and outs, and they're going to know how to beautify your property at the right price that's in your budget. Okay, so what items should they be concerned with? Okay, grass is going to be hard unless you're going to get all new sod in there. It's good to get companies like True Green and all that, but they're going to have recommendations. I definitely recommend hiring a landscaper if you're going to be listing in the spring and summer to maintain the property, make sure all the edges are cut nice, there's no weeds sticking out. Flower beds, you want to make sure that that's either fresh mulch or fresh soil in there. Put some new plants in there, the ones that are already blooming. They're going to recommend that. They're also going to recommend maybe some trimming of the greenery, the bushes. Maybe it needs a haircut, trim it down a little bit, and maybe get rid of some of that brush out back, straighten up the fence area. If there's any trash back there, or if you have a tree line back there, make sure all the broken branches are away from the house and it looks, first impression, it's the best time that this house is ever going to get shown. And that's what the landscaper wants to go through. He wants to look at everything that you have. Okay. So you want to consult with them. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to do everything on that list, but you want to bring 1 or 2 of them out there to get their recommendations, give you a price, give you an estimate. And if it's in that budget, I guarantee you this is an item that you are going to make probably 3 times as much as you spent. So if you're spending like $5,000 or even $500 on this, you're going to get that money back in value plus. Okay. Day 14, you want to consult with a realtor about maybe me getting an appraisal or an inspection. But wait, Mike, you said we're working with sellers. Why do we need an appraisal and why do we need a home inspection? No, you definitely want this. Again, remember what I said? You are going to be the competition. You're not trying to beat the competition. So here's the deal. So imagine you looking at 4 houses, going through, you really don't know anything about the property. Tops, you may have a seller's disclosure that's out there. Okay, big deal, right? But then you go to this other property. Not only do they email you the full seller's disclosure, initial signed, everything's filled out, when they did everything, great. Oh, wait a minute, there's also an itemized list here of what was done in the last 5 years. I got Anderson windows that are warranted for 20 years, transferable warranty. I got the new updated solar panels with the, no electric bill and the transfers, whatever the remaining of the lease is. Roof, 2-year-old roof with a 20-year warranty that's transferable. All right, great, that's awesome. So Mike, what about this home inspection? So what we do is we recommend sellers getting a seller's version of a home inspection. So it's not a full buyer's inspection, but the home inspector comes out there, does the same thing, checks your roof, checks everything. And he gives you a 34-page document with pictures on what's going on with the house. So if my house is nice and tight, and, got a tight ship, hey, I want to advertise that too. Hey, buyers, save your $400, $500. We already had a home inspection done. You could still get yours, but I'm just letting you know we just recently had it done, and there you are. But what happens if there's 10 items on there, Mike? What happens if there's something major on there? Well, chances are you probably didn't know about it. And if you did know about it, you would probably correct it. So let's say there were 5 things on there and 2 of them were major and you corrected them. Hey, see the report, look at page 5, issue with roof, corrected 2 days ago. Here's the invoice that said that repair was done and it's still under warranty. So, wow. So when I go look at the house, it's already going to have an inspection done. If there was repairs on there, they did the repairs. Now, if you don't want to do the repairs, it's your job then. Do I compensate for that? Do I give a credit for that? You can do that as well. Well, next one is the appraisal. Mike, why would I want to get my house appraised? Because if your target price is $400,000, but you get the appraisal done, and he gives you a 24-page document showing the comparables that he used, and he comes in at 415 or 420, chances are you're going to get a stronger offer. Now, you really don't want to increase that sales price indirectly. You're going to get it indirectly. So what I'm saying to you is, if you're listing a house at 400,000 and that appraisal comes in at 415, 420, you may want to think about listing it at 399. Okay. The reason for this is you want to create what's called a bidding war. You want to create competition. If I price it at the max value of that appraisal, it doesn't seem too attractive. It doesn't feel like I'm getting a good deal. But if I price it at $399, not only am I going to get multiple offers, but I can pit those offers against each other and either get the highest price or get the stress-free offer, depending on what you want. That is a benefit. Now, let's say, hey, Mike, house didn't appraise or there's an issue with it. You don't have to put it out there. This is for your knowledge. But if it's something that is going to benefit your house, getting it sold, do it. So let's look at this. Let's recap. The average house, there's no seller's disclosure. There's nothing about the property, maybe a cute little flyer, a couple pictures that you've already seen online. 2 is, I'm going to go into this property. Not only do I get a full seller's disclosure, I got an updated list from the seller on all the upgrades that were done in the last 5 years. There's an appraisal in there. He's listed his house for $399, but the appraisal says $425. Good deal, right? Wait, there's a home inspection? Let's see what's going on with this property. And they're fully disclosing everything? I'm willing to pay way more for that house than any of the other houses right off the bat. And that's what you want to do. So let's look at the expenses on that. Seller's disclosure, free. Updated list, free. Appraisal, $350 to $400. Home inspection, $450 to $500. So it's less than $1,000. By you putting that in there, you're going to get 5 to 10 times the amount that you spent on that. I guarantee that. Because here's the deal, at the end of the day, when I say you spent less than $1,000 and multiply that by 10, that's $10,000. You're at $399. You're okay with that money walking away with. You confirm with the agent, but that's not what we're selling it at. Our goal is to get 410, 415. There's your difference. And that's what's going to get you to that level. All right. So you're going to look at your options if I'm doing the appraisal or the inspection. So day 15, when we already ordered the inspections, we're going to go over with the real estate agent on what repairs to do. What do we do with this? How do we make this valuable? Okay, and that's going to be real easy. There's going to be some minor fixes. There are going to be some major fixes. You may not want to do the major fix, but you're willing to credit for it. And the agent is going to now advertise that in a way, not in public, but before the showings. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Agent, when you show our property on 123 Main Street, I just want to let you know we had a pre-home inspection done on the property. There was an issue with the roof. It is under warranty. We are going to get it done. It will be done before closing. Or the seller could, say there was another issue and they're going to offer a $5,000 credit. Like there was an issue with your carpeting. You had a dog and there was just old bad stain on there. You're not willing to get all new carpets because they might not like the color, but you may be willing to give a $5,000 credit for the carpets. By doing that, you're going to show that the seller is proactive and the agent is professional, and this is going to be an easy deal, okay? By the time you get done going over the inspection report, you should have the appraisal results back. And you want to go over that with the real estate agent, because even though your house appraised at $415 now, you may not be putting your house on the market for 2 to 3 months, and you may not sell right away. You may take another 30 or 60 days to sell. So there's going to be new comparables, but you're going to get at least an idea of what your house is worth then. So you also want to go over the appraisal on day 16. Day 17, you want to see from your real estate agent, who's my competition out there? If we put my house on the market, who else is seeing houses in this area? Now, you don't want to compare a 2-story colonial to a rancher, okay? We want to stick with properties that are like ours, okay? We want to look at, okay, the house down the street, we're priced at $350. Well, we're going to be priced at $350, but they're priced at $400. Why? They have an in-ground pool. I don't have one. They have a finished basement. I don't have one. Or it could be flip-flopped. I want to put my house on the market for $375. But why is that one listed for $325? Oh, they haven't renovated it since 1980. Mine's upgraded. I got a new kitchen, I got new this, and that's what your agent's going to focus on. You're going to have a game plan of what to advertise that the other houses don't have. Okay, why you need to buy this house over this house. Okay, and that's going to take you into day 18, and we're going to go over the timelines. This is important, okay, because we don't want anybody getting tunnel vision. We don't want to get anybody, feel rushed, and we don't want to do items half-assed. We want to have enough time to do this. So day 18 is going over the timelines of when the property goes on the market. Okay, so whether it's Mike, you got 2 weeks, Mike, you got 2 months. Okay, but Mr. and Mrs. Seller, this is what you need to do during those 2 weeks or 2 months. You need to get an estimate on a painter, get the painter in there. We also have to get, once the house is 100% ready, we get a deep cleaning done. And then we bring in a photographer who does multiple pictures, they do videos, and they do a drone shot. What do we need to do to prepare for the showings? Do we have dogs? Do we have animals? Do we need a time frame? Is there a time frame where nobody can show the house? Are we allowed to be in the house? What are the rules on that? Or do we have to vacate the house? How does the lockbox work? When they want to set up the showing, what happens from there? Who calls me? Do you call me? Does your service call me? What's the procedures? And you're going to go over all that. The reason you want to go over all this now, because if you wait to the day that you're listing the property, they're going to be some of these people are going to be so overwhelmed. Do it now. Go over the timeline, set the expectation of what's going to happen. Okay, so that leaves us off at day 18. Join us next time for session 4, and we're going to cover the next 6 days after that. Again, my name is Mike Fitzpatrick with our team, Your Dream. And if you have any real estate, any mortgage, any title questions, please reach out to me at 267-549-2505. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later.